Hey guys, Romie here, so please like, comment, subscribe. This is Greenleaf, Season 2, Episode 2. The episode's a little strange, what was it? Bedfellows? Anyway, it starts off with, we have Lady May in a little negligee with the one, the only Bishop. I'm looking at her like, look at Lady May. Look at Lady May. She looked good. Everything's all well. You know, they're in their bed. They're fooling around. And right now, the church is getting back on track. Bishop doesn't have to go to jail. Forget Jacob and the rest of them for a moment. It's just those two. But then, they hear the baby cry. And Bishop's like, so where's the father? And we see that Kevin, he's currently staying in a hotel on the other side of the tracks. Right now, we have Sophia, and of course she's with Zoe. Sophia, she's trying to potentially shoot her shot with Isaiah, you know, the singer. And Zoe's like, you need to go for it. Like, what are you doing? Why are you wasting time? Grace comes in like, So boy, yes, that's what the situation is with your daughter. And Zoe's like, you know what? She's going to miss me when I'm gone one day. And I said, you have no idea how quickly that's going to happen. That's going to happen sooner than you think. Jacob, again, he's a little upset with Pastor Skanks because he didn't know that was going to happen. He's like, man, this man going to do that, messing up stuff with my family. Carissa has this look of, well, you know what? At the end of the day, we're going to take this opportunity and make it work for us. Apparently, there's this reporter named Darius, and he's kind of sweating Grace a little bit, Gigi. And he wants to go, like I said, shoot his shot, figure out how he can go and get an interview out of her, a date, what have you. And she's like, you know what? No, I'm cool on that. I'm cool on all that. I'm like, yeah, right. Oh yeah, and Darius is played by Rick Fox. But he says, you know what? If you decide to change your mind, I'll still be here. And here's my card. Grace gets to the church and she sees the falcon on her desk, and she says, no, I don't want to be a part of this mess. She goes back and gives it to Bishop and Lady May, because Lady May wants her to go and fire Carl, who is, of course, the choir director. Why? Because some people don't like the fact that he's gay, and they were actually alright with that, because they're like, on a personal level, they don't have an issue with him, really. Just him as what he does day to day with the church. They definitely see him, as Nat said, as a valuable person. But he got married? No! Cardinal rule number 1, you don't do stuff like that, especially in the black church, being gay and getting married. Hell no. So now the church is over it. They want him gone, and Gigi's put in the crossroads. She's trying to convince Bishop, like, yeah, this is messed up. How are you gonna, this man has been fired by 4 churches because of the same situation. She's like, you know what? It's budget cuts. Because of everything that's happened, you know, when your father, whatever it's called, but there's some budget cuts, and now we need to go and trim the fat. Grace is over it, but she decides, you know what, I'll do it, because if she doesn't, she's afraid of who will. And Pastor Skanks, he's listening to this talented singer sing, and she's auditioning. She kills it, so she gets the part. Mind you, this is when Jacob comes in. Again, Jacob is trying to say how it was messed up, how Pastor Skanks planned all that. Pastor Skanks lies and says, you know, that wasn't the plan. It just came to me. It was like divine intervention. And Jacob says, well, you know, last time, at least give me a heads up. Pastor Skanks tells him, you know what? I know that you're used to being your father's whipping boy, and you're used to, you know, playing second fiddle and not having much of a voice. But let me tell you something, and make sure that you listen to me when I say this. You need guidance. You're the type of person that needs guidance. You need someone to hold your hand and figure things out for you. I'm going to do that for you since you can't do that yourself. Did he say that? Basically, yes. And I'm like, these church people are bold. But remember, Pastor Skanks is using him, so we do have to keep that in the back of our minds. Charity, she's singing with her new super producer, thinking that everything's great. This guy's clearly feeling Charity, and Charity's like, yeah, my schedule's kind of busy. You know, I got this new bob, you know, I'm wearing this little blazer. I'm still completely covered up, so we're all good, but still technically married, even though, you know, something's kind of up with that. Gigi goes and interrupts the session because Gigi wants to tell Charity, you know what? Carl's potentially being fired. Mom wants us to do this because the church people, you know, they're threatening to leave, to take their money with them, and she doesn't want any parts of this. But Charity does agree to go and at least help it out because, of course, Carl's her friend, and what's happening to him is messed up. And it's interesting because she said, I'll figure this out like everything else. But she said, thank you. And Grace was like, for what? For including me. Because remember, Charity is always the last one to find out. She's like the baby, and so they don't tell her anything. It's just like, oh yeah, someone got shot. Oh yeah, Charity. I know you saw it on the news already, but someone in the church got shot. Oh yeah, Charity. I know you saw it in the papers, but your father got arrested because he might have possibly killed someone in a fire in his original church. And there's more to the story, but I can't even tell you that. That's how it is with Charity, and so that's why she appreciated the fact that someone included her in something. Now, Lady May, she gets a call, and it's about her father. Her father is dying. Her father's dying, and it's just like, Lord Jesus, what are we going to do regarding that? Because before that, she was like, okay, the guy's going to be gone. We're going to fix the finances. It's all good. Jacob, it's messed up that he's here, but I'm still visualizing that. Father's dying, Jesus. Ugh, takes me out. Now I'm wondering how she's going to personally deal with that. Jacob, he was told by Pastor Skanks, why don't you go in the community and see if you can just spread the word about trying to. And Jacob said, yeah, but that area is already kind of held by Calvary. Yeah, exactly. That's the point. That is the point. He wants to take business from your father's church, and you know it. And Jacob got a mouthful because one of the very faithful Calvary goers were like, excuse me, Jacob, why are you here? Why are you here in this neighborhood? You should be ashamed of yourself, trying to go after your father's business. You're supposed to be a Greenleaf. What are you doing? And on one hand, the father's treating him like nothing, and that's how it's always been in Jacob's eyes. So that's why he's even open to doing this, even though in his heart of hearts he feels like, you know what, something's not right here. I kind of feel like I'm being used, but at least someone has my back. Now, the person who was originally, wasn't she the same? I know she had I think she just had her glasses off. But wasn't she originally just like the assistant that wasn't any good, but somehow now she did 180. Unless I'm wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong. But Charity comes in, and right now they're trying to get their whole social media presence up. Charity tries to go and talk to her mom about how, Carl was fired for being gay before. It's because he got married. It's like, look, we're doing budget cuts. The other area in music was your producer. I saw a check for $50,000. Well, $50,000 is low for his particular rate. I'm thinking, this man's working with the church on the behalf of a church artist, and he's charging how much for a session? What? Well, it gets you money, but okay, if you like it, I don't love it. But Lady May told Charity, here's how this goes. Child, I'm actually done listening to you and listening to this conversation. I'm going to do what I want to do. You can continue to ride this bus that I'm on or get off. Because I'm done with this conversation. I'm done speaking to you. Thank you. I said, and that's what she actually, I looked at, and Cherry was like, oh, yes, Mom. Okay, Mom. I said, no, Mom. This is trash, Mom. Snow says, what's wrong with Sophia? Sophia's over the moon because Isaiah reached back out to her, because remember, over social media, sent him a DM. He replied back, it's like, come to my session. And they went to his session, and of course she invited Zoe, and Zoe's like, no, I got things to do. It's like, of course I have your back. Of course I'm going to be there. I'm thinking, something about this doesn't seem right. Something about this seems kind of off. But not as far as like Zoe and crouching or anything, because that's not what she's doing. It's just, like, from the jump, I felt like something wasn't right. Now we get to the foolishness. Lady May and Max's father, he's, basically dead in the bed. And he is alive right now. Bishop is talking to him and thanking him for everything that he's done. Because, like, he kept him out of jail. So, at this point, it's just like, I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to pray that God has mercy on your soul. You a good man. Thank you again for keeping me out of jail. And it was just like, and then Bishop was trying to see if he can get more information out of him regarding. So, you wanted to talk about Skanks. Yeah, about Mr. Skanks. So, what's the details? What happened there? What's going on there? This is when Mac comes in. Mac comes in, and because he comes in, Bishop leaves, and Max is like, Bishop, I want to speak to you. I want to talk to you. Wait, hold on. Bishop had that look of, no, not on my watch, not ever, just no. And I had that look of, yes, Bishop. Mac has some nerve really trying to talk to Bishop, and Bishop said, I will pray for you. I will never forgive you for something like this. Well, forgiveness is for myself, so yeah, I'll forgive myself. But you? I'll never forget this, which means that I'll never really forgive you. Mac goes and he talks to his father, and it's just like, you know what? I love you, and don't leave me. And he did all this. I think he even might have sang a little bit. I don't know. I didn't care. I zoned out. I said, I'm deaf and dumb to the BS. I'm deaf and dumb to all of this mess. Jacob, he goes, walks into the church. He gets greeted by the receptionist, and he's just like, oh yeah, I got you this gift card for you and Cherry. He's like, oh, thank you. So how's the baby? How's the rash going? What rash? The rash that the baby's had for a moment now? How is it? Oh yeah, that rash. You know, sometimes it's just so many different ones, different categories. Oh yeah, it's fine. I'm thinking, dang, their relationship is that bad. Carissa, you know, Pastor Skanks has his wife go and show Carissa the house. I said, wait a minute, is this the same woman? She seemed kind of, she seemed kind of. Now, mind you, actually, let me backpedal. Was that Pastor Skanks' wife? I think if it was, I'm like, that was a different person. Because the person who I remember, this woman, she sounds different. It wasn't just the pull together. I like her though. I like the personality. I liked everything about it. I hope some people weren't like, oh, she ratchet, oh, she hood. No, she's fun and expressive, and I appreciate it. Because we had Carissa. She was clutching her wallet, not her wallet, her purse. Because she had this, you know, nice shawl. And she came to this neighborhood that looked a little lived in. It did. It looked a little lived in. I said, yeah, Carissa, don't do it. And, you know, the woman who was showing her the house is like, yeah, I know it's a little different than what you were expecting, but I can go. And, you know, I was a realtor, so I can stage a house. I can make things look really nice. Essentially, whatever you want, I got it. I can help you out. We're good. It's like, alright, so if I have to see this place and just show me the place. And Grace, as we know, she is told by Charity, Mom didn't want to listen to me. And Grace was like, okay, so what's the next plan? What are we going to do? How are we going to move forward? Charity said, look, I don't want to move forward. I don't want to do this. I'm actually in a good place. I'm actually not focused on this. Yeah, is that my guy? Yeah, is that my dude? Yeah, all of that. But right now, I don't care. I don't want any problems with them because it's not my problem. Even if I brought him in, I'm just not focused like I was before. I said, wait a minute, Charity. Charity, come on now. That's kind of messed up. Really? So Grace, she goes and she gives Darius a call because she figures, you know what? Maybe I need to elicit some outside help and just get away from the church for a moment. Because I felt, you know what, I understand where Sherry was coming from, but at the same token, I'm thinking, you did bring this man in. And I understand that, you know, you want to do your own thing. You're not trying to make this your mission, but I felt like you kind of dropped the ball a little bit. Right. I guess unlike Grace, you're not trying to fight everyone's battles. And I guess that's why people don't call you into battle. Anyway, we see his little 4 or 2 families. That's what Kevin goes to, and this man's just talking about how his struggles and how he came out of it on the other side with his wife, and the man who I guess was directing all of it was just like, yeah, when families come together, this is what's possible. And Kevin, that's what he wants. That's what he wants. He wants to be reunited with his wife. That's the thing. I don't think that Kevin's like gay, like just gay. I think he's, I don't even know he's bisexual. Maybe he's just bi-curious. Because he said he didn't do anything. As far as I know, he didn't like go all the way. So maybe it's just general urges, and so that got into conflict. But the thing is, he was open to possibly stepping out in the marriage, so that's the real issue. Aside from all the other foolishness. Like, dude, if you go be gay, you can't go and be like, alright, love you, babe, and then, on your phone like, alright, on Tinder looking for... No, you can't be doing all that mess. Like, come on now. Just be real. That's all people really want. I feel like the betrayal is why she was really upset. Not even gonna lie. We see Isaiah and he's performing, and I'm thinking, this is some Christian rock, isn't it? And that wasn't the issue. My issue was, I said, what type of Christian rock is this? Because even the Christian rock that I see, I'm like, that's not, was that hip? Was he thrusted? Who is he? Now, mind you, I said I knew this was a sep, because I looked at it and said, there's some other girls over there too that he's doing this to. And I said, you know what? Not especially as you thought you were, Sophia. And as soon as the conversation started, even though Zoe kept trying to direct it back to Sophia, and she realized, ooh, this guy is kind of coming on. No. But my girl Sophia, she fell back because she realized, oh, so you weren't really interested in me. You invited me because you wanted to talk to my friend. You wanted to talk to my friend who's connected to the guy who I guess she'll be working under. Yeah, I see it. And you think she's cool, she's fly. You might like some more brown dark chocolate. Alright, that's not the issue here. The issue here is I've been played, so I'm a little hurt. But I said, I'm not surprised. That's usually how it is. Had no interest in Sophia. No interest at all. Now, like I said, Kevin, he's trying to talk to the guy who's running the, the Fortitude Families program. And the guy says, like, look, maybe you need to stop being such a pushover. Maybe your wife wants someone who is there willing to go and be like, no, this is how things are going to be. This is how things are going to run. You need to follow my lead. Maybe you need to do more leading instead of just following. He said, oh, okay. Great. Yeah, Grace. Gigi having a great time. She's out on her little date with Darius. They go dancing. They're at this, this spot where clearly no one who knows her is going to find her. So he said, you know what, let's go and dance. Because she's drinking, she's eating, having a good old time. I don't know what he was listening to, but Bishop was cackling. He was cackling. And so, Lady May, aside from the stuff with her fathers, the main issue that she has right now is with Jacob. The fact that Bishop just seems to be pushing Jacob away. It's just like, excuse me, why did it seem like you never really liked him? Because you favored Grace. Bishop flipped that and said, excuse me, you're the one who loved our son so much, but why? Because I felt like you were always a little jealous of Grace. I said, ding, 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 ding. She sure was. She sure was. Grace had the apple of your eye. Grace was the anointed one. She said, you know what? Gigi isn't so hot stuff right now. Well, maybe we pushed her away because she was before. She was on the right path, and then maybe we pushed a little bit too hard. Maybe you pushed a little bit too hard. And then here goes Lady May. She flips it again. Well, you know what? Do you even love your son? Because how can someone who loves their son go and do all of this to him? You never support him. You never really appreciate him. So do you even love him? Bishop looked so hurt. And even Lady May realized that she might have gone a little bit too far. I mean, I've never seen her so quiet in my life. She had to look. Did I really just dip? I'm gonna stay a little quiet. Kevin, he goes and he says, like, look, how come I didn't know that our son had a rash? Like, what's really going on, Charities? Like, here's the thing. I'm trying, and I want our relationship back. I'm doing whatever I can to try and get things on track. You're the one that doesn't want to do this, even though you're saying you're possibly open to it. How can I be possibly open to this when the whole issue is, I don't even know if you really want to be with me, be with all that. Like, what, how do you expect me to feel? Well, I would know if you would at least tell me. So it's like, okay, that's kind of true. Okay, whatever, it's clever. So then the baby starts crying. He says, no, I'm going to handle it. You sit down. I am the father. Because she acknowledged, you know what, I'm wrong. For at least, as far as anything pertaining to our son, not really keeping you informed. So I do apologize for that. I just slipped there because I'm upset, rightfully hurt, but that part was wrong. Gigi's talking to Darius, and she lets it be known what's going on at the church off the record. This guy who got married, he's gay, and now he's being fired. So Darius said, okay, I see where that's an issue, so what do you want to do about that? I do have to fire him. I know I have to fire him, but I don't want to, but I know if I don't, if someone else does, it'll be a whole lot worse. Unfortunately, you know your answer there. Yeah, I do want to change things there, I just don't know how to. I don't know how to help you with that right now. Yeah, and by the way, do you believe? Yeah, I do believe. You a Christian? Yeah, I am. You go to church? This is what? She said, yeah, I figured that was the case. I figured that was the case. But there may be a date number 2 because he did pretty well. Charity clearly appreciates the help, and her and Kevin are talking about old times where when they first met, how Bishop was going and grilling him and giving these sermons of abstaining and, you know, keeping your virtues. I can see that. And they're just cackling how he was in his old Toyota Corolla and it broke down as they were driving away. And Jacob was trying to help him get the car started, and Cherry was inside the car like, okay, I'm ready to go. So they're going to see if they can try and make it work, because she says, you know, you can stay here for the night. And it's like, really? Yeah, you can stay here. So I'm glad to see that, you know, they said they're going to work on things, and that's what they're going to do. If it falls apart, it falls apart. Jacob just wants to know by his father, you know, he offered him a peace offering, some food. So it's like, no, it's not the issue. Okay, so then Dad, because his dad wanted to know, so how's things going? Really? Yeah. It's going well, you know, things are moving along, it's progressing quickly, and that conversation breaks down very quickly, because now it's just like, so you realize you're breaking my heart, and you're hurting me by doing all this. What do you mean? It's all about you. You know, originally it was all about Gigi. Gigi's the anointed one. Gigi is the new Messiah. Gigi. There's always been something wrong with me. And I'm saying, Jacob, you don't realize this, but your father sees him when he sees you. And he doesn't see the parts that he loves. He sees the parts that he doesn't like. And instead of getting over himself and just seeing you for who you are as a person, that's what he focuses on. So Bishop needs to work on himself. Because Jacob wants to move out, and he's definitely moving out. Bishop was going to tell him about the fact that Skanks, you know, he's using you to get back at me since I accidentally, unintentionally got his father killed. Instead of that coming out, it's just like, because Jacob's saying, oh, you think this is all about you? This isn't all about you. He liked me. He wanted me. I'm thinking, yeah, he wanted you because you're a father, but you don't know that yet. He storms off upstairs because the bishop said, you know what? Since I can't talk to you, since I can't talk to my son, since I don't love my son, since I don't want my son doesn't want to hear from me, then there's no point in me even speaking to him. Jacob told Carissa, you know what? He doesn't respect me. He doesn't like me. He's never seen me as his equal, or sometimes I don't even feel like as a son he likes me. Carissa said, you know what? I respect you and I love you. Jacob said, we need to get out of here. We need to go. Apparently Owen has figured out, you know, something that I and many of the people realize. People like to talk about the shows after it goes off. So Owen, it looks like they're going to be trying this whole live after Greenleaf type of thing. And I guess if it kicks off for there, they'll continue on. Because they did something like that for the Haves and Have-Nots as well. So I'm not surprised for a show that gets a lot of conversation going that they would start something up like that. Now, Lady May invites Carl to her office, and she says what an excellent job he's been doing and how much of an asset he's been to the church. And he said, yeah, so I'll give you a great recommendation when recommendation at your next place. He said, oh, okay, I can suck you there. I can see where this is going. Yeah, you see, because of financial difficulties, of the fact that, you know, the whole situation with Bishop and everything, we have to let you go. You were the last one hired, so first one fired. He said, no, I know how this really is. I'm going to ask you this question. Can I ask you? Of course. How do you feel about gay marriage? Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, you know, I believe in the Bible, so what the Bible says, that's why I go by. Okay. But there are other parts about judgment and love, and like, no, here's the thing. I have no issues with you as an overall person. It's just that one part of you. It's like, yeah, so just like how you don't have an issue with me as an overall person, I'll continue to pray for you and love you from afar, but I can't do this. I'm going to leave because I know what really is. Because I'll love the part of you that I don't like, I'll pray for that and love the rest of it, just like how you feel the same towards me. He may have this look of, Jesus, I'm a little bit shook, because I know he's right, but dang it, I just have to do what's best for this church so that the money gets there. Darius, is telling Grace how much of a nice time he had. Lady May says that, oh, yeah, by the way, Grace, I did fire him. So Grace goes and she wants to talk to Carlton, and she asks Carlton to come back to the church, because at the end of the day, she said there's no way that we can change it unless we show them their ignorance and put it right in front of them. Dead center. Every week. Can you continue to do that? Now, we don't get an answer from him right away. Jacob, he leaves, and everyone says their goodbyes. Ugh, Bishop doesn't say anything. Gigi's just like, okay, see you. And, of course, they say goodbye to everyone. They'll still be going to the same church. Jacob has a moment when he's leaving, and Carissa's just like, okay, we're good. We're good. I love you. I support you. So let's keep this going. You got it. And he leaves. I mean, that house is so big. It is so big. It is so beautiful. I'm just looking at her like, really? Oh yeah, and that was funny when Gigi left, because she was like, okay, I have to deal with something with my daughter. And that was the whole Isaiah thing with him leaving. But that was it. This was a good episode. I really enjoyed it. Empire's back, so watch my Empire reviews if you don't watch those. Please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't. If you watched the entire video and you haven't clicked that thumbs up button, possibly left a comment, or subscribe if you're not a subscriber, I don't know what else I need to do.